right, let's get to our opening film here. One that is going into wide release with award aspirations. It's got Joaquin Phoenix looking like Neil Young in a Big Lebowski meets Fear and Loathing Las Vegas hard-boiled story of a private dick in Los Angeles.
Private dick? Ooh, is this a porn?
A private dick is in Private Eye. It also stars Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, man, I wish it was a porn.
Well, if it were, the plot would be a lot less complicated, that's for sure. Lee, let's talk about Inherent Vice.
That would be better.
Paul Thomas Anderson, the filmmaker so important that he gets 3 names, returns to the first comedy since Boogie Nights. And he does it the only way he knows how, by making an impenetrable 3-hour narrative experiment.
This time, Paul Thomas Anderson Baker Hall finally brings novelist Thomas Pynchon to the big screen. Now, I'm not a book guy, but from the way the press release is read, I gather Pynchon is hard to adapt. And from this trailer, I'd further conclude that this is because his books don't make much sense. Anyway, here's a clip.
Whoa.
Are you all right?
Am I?
Are you? Ordinarily, we're the ones asking the questions.
Okay, that clip's a little confusing, I guess. But, but to let you know how hard it is to make sense of this story, here's that clip in the context of the movie.
Whoa.
Are you all right?
Am I?
Oh, are they?
What?
Who?
What's happening?
Her?
Doctor. 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 And doctor.
Are you? Ordinarily, we're the ones asking the questions.
It's a little more confusing.
Oh, okay.
It was more entertaining to have the longer version. Who?
The movie tells the story of Doc Sportello, a burnt-out private detective in Los Angeles of 1969. His world is thrown into chaos when an ex-girlfriend shows up with the tale of a plot to kidnap a billionaire and throw him into an insane asylum. This kicks off a series of events so numerous and weird that it could only come from a book.
Oh, there you go. This film looks to explore LA's seedy underbelly. Much of the film seems to star the worms, bugs, and mold you expose when you flip over a rock that hasn't moved in 30 years.
The film also features Josh Brolin, who, based on his character's behavior, seems to be playing a public dick.
Moto Panakeku. Moto Panakeku. Moto Panakeku. Hi. Hi. Hi.
This movie is very Thomas Pynchon. I've heard. Guess I should find out what all that means. We're undoubtedly enraging any Thomas Pynchon fans in our audience, but the joke's on them because I didn't know they existed until roughly this week.
Inherent Vice is a movie that is only described with words that have never been used to describe any movie. It's a surf noir psychedelic romp. Oh, one of those.
I used to be a big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, Seymour Hoffman, but after his last couple of movies, I thought maybe I was just a fan of Boogie Nights and Magnolia. We'll see if that changes with Inherent Vice, but one thing will always be true. Paul Thomas Anderson will never be the storyteller that his father, Ernie Anderson, was.
Saturday, the Love Boat just might sink.
That's entertainment.
It's a Titanic 2-hour spectacular when Barbie Benton, David Bierney, the Ropers Audra Lindley, Lola Falana, Dick Martin, and Donna Mills sail unawares into the funniest ocean disaster ever.
Hello. I thought we might have a little chat.
Goodbye. Is that little enough for you?
Is this the big kiss-off for the Love Boat?
Wow.
Is this the big kiss-off?
I never saw that episode.
Lola Falana.
No.
Inherent Vice, everybody.
The funniest sentence ever said, the Ropers, Audra Lindley.
Yeah.
The Ropers, neither of the main stars.
No,
Mrs. Roper.
she is the star of the Ropers. They didn't mention that she's from Three's Company.
Three's Company first.
Oh, yeah,
She's from spin-off The Ropers.
Okay, I got it.
After MASH's
I
Gary
thought
Mrs.
Burghoff.
Roper?
No, this might have
Yeah.
been before the show The Ropers. It might have just been referencing the couple, The Ropers. It was just like, and
Right.
The Ropers saw this.
Oh.
That's how familiar they were to everybody.
All right, I don't know this. Is that true? Is that his dad?
That's what I found out.
Yeah, that's Ernie
what I learned at our.
Anderson.
That is Ernie Anderson. Goulardi. from
Goulardi, yeah.
Cleveland. one
See,
of
it's
the,
always about nepotism in this business.
You had
Oh,
all,
definitely for Paul Thomas Anderson. I mean, super
You had all those
definitely.
3 named people, but you didn't reference the Miami Vice 3
Oh,
named
Philip Michael Thomas.
Oh, I was almost there.
started Miami Vice, and I was like, I'm
almost
waiting for
there.
That's
Oh,
true.
God. Yes.
All right, that's going to be my
God damn
job
it.
tonight.
There's always one
Well,
or
hey.
two
I'm the
extra
dramaturg.
To Adam's credit, who wrote that? Philip Seymour Hoffman and Philip Baker Hall, both in Magnolia.
Yes.
So there you go. That's the joy of it all.
Yeah, there's a whole 3-name thing going on with his casts.
That was enjoyable. Let's do another.
Thursday, Mork's homesick for Org.
That was wildly creative, Mindy, but that hardly lightens the load.
Mork and Mindy. And Tillman's a jailbird who'll try anything to escape.
Try anything, Marshall. I wouldn't think of it.
Best of the West. Then Louis brings his business talents to Wall Street.
You need to get dirty.
It's a special 1-hour taxi. Then find out about America's fascination with chocolate and hear the world's most famous choir on 2020.
Thursday on ABC.
I love that.
I love what 2020 is covering that night.
It's just so serious after Taxi. Hey, it's a new Taxi. Then
Chocolate. I mean, but then it goes into chocolate and a choir. Nothing going on with Jimmy Carter that week?
Movie, guys.